Okay, let's take a look at a couple of live examples. These are pitches right down central. This one is maybe a little bit below dead central, but he ends up just a hair below it and doesn't hit it perfect, so it doesn't leave the yard. And then we come back later and we see a ball that is really dead central, and he misses underneath it a little bit and fouls it off. That's about 34% of those 317 pitches that he swung at ended up as foul balls. So that's just barely below. And again, if he's swinging the bat at a ball dead central, my assumption is that he's trying to hit it along that line and hit it perfect. This one is another one that we might argue that one's middle up, but this one ends up going just above center, and you can see the barrel heading upward and just missing the center of it early. And again, if you understand what causes ground balls, it's really more about that, about early contact, than it is about where the ball's thrown. So one more example is a ball right down central that he just misses and is really close to being 100% on time for. Now, when a player misses below the center, most of the time it means that they're a hair late. You can tell by his mechanics, completely locked out. He is really close to being 100% on time. The barrel is right, the sweet spot of the bat is right where the ball is. So he is just a tick below that. Now, it's arguable that he just missed it underneath. Okay, that would be a difficult thing to argue unless we had the side view. If we had the side view, we could tell exactly where that point of contact is. But again, what we're trying to show is that you can't control contact. Even the best hitter in the world, or one of the best hitters in the world, in the most predictable area of the zone and the most predictable speed, it's basically the garden spot. If we can't control that contact, then we honestly can't control contact in general. Let's take a look at a homer from the side. And this is a fastball that is coming in at roughly 5 degrees downward. And his barrel, again, is going to go down, down, down. And then it gets into this area, and it levels off and starts to head slightly up. We can't get an exact measurement, but he's somewhere around 9 or 10 degrees. Now, when the ball is hit, is it hit perfect just because it's a homer? And the answer is no. This is a mishit, because if it was a perfect hit, where would it go? It would go in exactly the line that the barrel is going on. That's what that hit would be like. But instead, it's going upward, somewhere 30, 33 degrees. It's hard to get an exact angle, but that gives us a decent idea. We definitely know that the ball's leaving his barrel in a different line than the barrel is itself. So it's ever so slight a mishit. So in our hitting as a guess, that was the basic concept. Get in line with the pitch. When you miss it, this will be your result. When you hit it perfect, which nobody's good enough to do that all the time, nobody's able to do that. Even Josh, in the most perfect of conditions, is not able to say no to ground balls. They're going to happen. It's just a function of having two round things. You got a round ball and a round bat, and when they make contact, there's only 3 possibilities. Perfect, and that depends on this. It also depends on this. But there's perfect, and then there's 1 degree or the other of being slightly late, producing fly balls, or like in this case, fly ball homers, high line drives that would be exactly in that line. Actually, our line would be closer to somewhere like this if we were to pick the perfect trajectory line. If he hits this exactly in the line of where he's swinging, he's somewhere around there in this particular case. So this miss up here is a really good one, but it's still a miss. And that's the whole point. I know it's anal. I know it's really ridiculously minute that we're looking at, but at the end of the day, isn't that what measurement's all about? Let's look at one more homer that he hits from the side. This is a little bit higher. The barrel or the ball is just about 4 or 5 degrees downward. The barrel is a little more upward, but not too much. It's just about 12 degrees. But you can see what's happening here is if he's going to be perfectly on time to a ball that's flat and he's going up, you're going to have a smaller area that you're in line with the pitch. And so you're going to have a bigger margin for error. And when we looked at balls that were at the top part of the strike zone, middle up for that same time period, he hit even a lower percentage of balls that were hit perfect. And why is that important? Because when you swing up, and that's kind of the general thought process, is everybody's hitting the ball perfect because they're just swinging up, which is partially true. Guys are throwing down more than ever before, and because guys are swinging up more than ever before, we have a weird little perfect storm going on. When the ball's at the top of the zone, however, you have to have closer to perfect timing in order to be able to hit it with a swing that's going up. And that's why Josh has less barrels, a lower percentage of barrels. It's 4% rather than almost 7% on balls that are at the top of the zone. Same period of time.